everybody. Welcome to another episode of Nasdaq Spotlight Live here in Orlando, Florida at the Microsoft Ignite Conference. I'm your host, Anna Gonzalez, and joining me now is Karl Redenbach, CEO of LiveTiles. Karl, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me here.
So tell us a little bit about your company.
Yeah, so LiveTiles, we are transforming business intelligently, not digitally. We're through this new period. We think AI is going to really change business as we know it, but also change the workplace. So we're creating what we believe is the world's first intelligent workplace. We're bringing it to market. We're growing it 300%, doing it, and it's a really exciting time to be in the space.
It is an exciting time. I mean, we have been speaking with numerous Microsoft partners about that exact issue, the future of workplace. So is that what brings you to the conference today?
It is. We partner very closely with Microsoft. They're one of our lead partners. We sell together, we implement together. Most importantly, we make customers really happy. And I think Microsoft, I believe, are leading the way in AI. They're showing leadership across any other business out there. And we're very involved with how they deploy their software and our software that helps implement really quickly.
So I'd love to hear a specific example of making customers happy through the systems that you're using.
Yeah, look, we work with a ton of companies of all different shapes and sizes. We work with everyone from Pepsi to the Ministry of Defence in the UK, the Department of Defence here in the US, Marines. But what we're seeing is the companies are really wanting to embrace AI in different ways. So working with a major American airline, helping them with onboarding people onto the plane. Rather than calling or typing and searching for things, they can now literally either talk or get that information in real time using natural language, ask questions. That's how humans act. That's now how these computers are interacting backwards. So to us, the most exciting bit about it is that behaviour of humans won't change, the behaviour of computer will change, and importantly, make it really easy to streamline tasks, information, anything that you want to get, you can now get using that AI platform. So it's very exciting.
It is. So how long has the company been around?
So we've been around for 4 very short years, but we've been growing at 300%. We're actually on the Australian Stock Exchange. Hopefully one day on the Nasdaq. We're looking at that.
I think that's a vision of the future.
It is. But it's an exciting time, and we've been keeping that growth rate year on year, close to 300%. And we've been growing out in 14 countries, 169 countries we transact in, and growing a huge team at the moment.
So what led you to this point and to be where you are and solve these problems in the way that you're doing? Like, how have you seen the industry evolve and to come to this position?
Yeah, look, I've been working with Microsoft for a long time, and I suppose one of the problems that we saw is that a lot of the stuff being done was repeated again and again, usually using developers or consulting. So we thought there's got to be a better way to do this. So our solution's a no-code solution where you can quickly create a bot or a solution or an AI platform or product in minutes of time. And so we thought we can't keep reinventing the wheel. There's got to be a much smarter way to do it, and that's how we came to where we are today. And I think the market's responding really well to it.
And so what most excites you about what's coming up? I mean, there's so many areas we can touch on, but is there one in particular that really drives you?
Well, look, I think for information workers, the world is going to change. It's exciting, it's scary at the same time, believe it or not. So we think the way that information workers use what we call cobots, co-working robots, every single worker, whether you're in marketing or finance, you're going to have this robot working alongside you. The organisational chart is going to change. At the moment, it's got a bunch of people in it sitting under different areas like HR, finance, marketing. That's going to change. It's no longer just going to be people. We're going to start to see cobots or co-working robots either alongside people or in their own roles. And in that way, we think we're involved in changing really the face of work and how people work, but probably more importantly, changing how humans live, which is really exciting. It doesn't get more exciting than that.
And I have to ask, so you say robot, it's a physical entity. So do you mean, or could it be both? Could it be just something that sits on a computer or something that's actually moving around the office?
Yeah, well, here, it can be both, but I think most people think of robots as these things that walk around, I'm a robot,
They do. They don't know how to walk very well.
Yeah, well, I can do a really good one on the dance floor later on. But anyway, so that's what they think of a robot. But what a co-working robot is the intelligence, which is often not seen. It's like the human brain is really what AI is all about. And so one of the things that we're able to do is take the intelligence that exists in your brain, and rather than a robot or a human making a decision, this intelligence will actually make a decision. Hopefully a better decision or a more consistent decision, or certainly one that gives you your time back. We're starting with basic tasks, things like how can I automate my leave or my vacation or my how I even reset a password, basic stuff. However, we're now going to higher value things. How can I get my tax advice? So no longer do you go to a tax advisor. I can get from this intelligent source real tax advice. So I think from my perspective, that is the most exciting thing to be working on right now.
Have you thought at all about what my day would be like in the future? So like an average worker waking up, someone else that's already been automated, trying to figure out, because I feel like the most time that I spend is like, when are you available? Oh,
yes.
Let me compare my schedule to that, right? So what would a day look like?
Well, I think the biggest thing, firstly, the scary thing is that in 2050, I think we're going to look back on this time where people are having mobile phones. You're awake at 10 p.m. at night, you still had your phone next to your bed and you're still searching through your emails. Because usually you have to reply to something or do a task or set up a meeting, those sort of things. I think that's going to change. I think all of the basic tasks that you do in your day-to-day life are going to go to a robot, a co-working robot. And it's going to get rid of the stuff you don't want to do. And I think the great thing about this technology, it should give you more time to actually do either stuff like read, be creative, think of strategies, much more high value tasks than the basic simple tasks that are taking up probably 50% of your day today, or keeping you up at night.
I'm going to call my robot Anna too.
Oh,
I already have a name. I'm ready for my robot.
Well, you're all sorted now, so
I'm sorted.
you don't need to worry about anything else. Yes.
So let's shift gears a little bit. Lightning round, so just quick answers. So what app can you not live without?
Well, I follow the Australian rules football. So I get on my AFL app. Anyone watch Australian rules football? But I would say Teams, Microsoft Teams is really the one that comes to mind. It gets everything together from my calls to everything pushed into one place. And of course LiveTiles, which actually also works with Teams. But yeah, I think Teams is an interesting one that I think is really changing the way people communicate.
That's fantastic. So what would you say, considering the things that you're working on, what is the coolest tech that you have in your office?
Well, it's a number of things. Well, we probably the most important thing we do use is our big Surface hub. So we're across 14 countries. We've been going at 300%. So how do we communicate with all different languages, etc.? Often the best thing is to throw people up on this big video screen. We work at all different hours of the morning and the night, depending on where you are. But that's pretty cool, and we're communicating in ways. We even have an office, we have developments between Australia and Seattle, and they literally leave their surfaces or their video screens running so that they can see each other in the morning. It's like a window, even though they're sort of 12 hours apart. They feel like they're connected together by simply letting it run. And to me, that's exciting. So
yeah, that makes a lot of sense for collaboration.
Yeah.
So what do you like to do when you're not working? Do you not work sometimes?
Well, unfortunately, it's growing at 300% year on year means that it is very full of. In the super short amount of other time, I have 4 young children. I live in Manhattan with 4 kids in an apartment. Do not recommend that to anybody.
Come up to Upstate. I have to give you an invite. Yes.
Upstate sounds like the place to be, but I certainly don't recommend it because a lot of the time is trying to have kids not literally jump up and down off the walls in an apartment in New York City.
Yeah. So. It's definitely worth the commute. We'll take this offline.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. So final question, Karl, for those watching and thinking, I want to be in Karl's position one day, or maybe even just in your industry. What advice do you have for the next generation coming up?
One of our customers, I think, has the best saying out of everyone, and that's Nike, which is just do it. The slogan stays strong with me. Often people are scared to go into business or create a company. I've been fortunate enough to create several over 20 years, and you can be comfortable or you can be courageous. You can't be either one. You've got to choose one or the other. And I'd say if you want to get involved in tech and you're prepared to be courageous, there is a huge opportunity. AI, to me, is the largest commercial opportunity in our history of commerce, possibly human history. And so those sort of technologies, to get on those, don't be afraid. Give it a go, and there's nothing to lose. Just see how you go.
Those are great words to wrap up on, Karl. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us.
Great. Thank you very much, Anna. Thank you.
And thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for more conversations coming live right here from Orlando, Florida, the Microsoft Ignite Conference.